Hello, my friends. I'm here to read the Bible together, our daily Bible readings right now. And this evening we read Acts chapter 21. I started to say we're about to wrap up Acts, but we got another week in it probably. I don't remember how many chapters Acts has. I know it's got 28 chapters. And we're on chapter 21 right now, so here we go. And it came to pass that after we were gotten from them and had launched, we came with a straight course unto Cos, and the day following unto Rhodes, and from thence into Patara, and finding a ship sailing over unto Phoenicia, we went aboard and set forth. Now, when we had discovered Cyprus, we left it on the left hand and sailed into Caesarea and landed at Tyre, for there the ship went to unlade her burden. And finding ships, we tarried there 7 days, who said to Paul through the Spirit that he should not go up to Jerusalem. And when we had accomplished those days, we departed and went our way, and they all brought us on our way with wives and children till we were out of the city, and we kneeled down on the shore and prayed. And when we had taken our leave one of another, we took ship, and they returned home again. And when we had finished our course from Tyre, we came to Ptolemais, and saluted the brethren, and abode with them 1 day. And the next day we that were of Paul's company departed, and came unto Caesarea, and we entered into the house of Philip the evangelist, which was one of the 7, and abode with him. And the same man had 4 daughters, virgins, which did prophesy. And as we tarried there many days, there came down from Judea a certain prophet named Agabus. And when he was come unto us, he took Paul's girdle and bound his own hands and feet, and said, Thus saith the Holy Ghost, so shall the Jews at Jerusalem bind the man that owneth this girdle, and shall deliver him into the hands of the Gentiles. Y'all excuse me for yawning. I'm tired and I'm sleepy. I'm probably going to go to sleep at 9 o'clock tonight. Maybe earlier than that. And when we heard these things, both we and they of that place besought him not to go up to Jerusalem. Then Paul answered, What mean ye to weep and to break mine heart? For I am ready not to be bound only, but also to die at Jerusalem for the name of the Lord Jesus. And when we would not be persuaded, we ceased, saying, The will of the Lord be done. And after those days we took up our carriages and went up to Jerusalem. There went with us also certain of the disciples of Caesarea, and brought with them one Manasseh of Cyprus, an old disciple, with whom we should lodge. And when we were come to Jerusalem, the brethren received us gladly. And the day following, Paul went in with us unto James, and all the elders were present. And when we had saluted them, he declared particularly what things God had wrought among the Gentiles by his ministry. And when they heard it, they glorified the Lord and said unto him, Thou seest, brother, how many thousands of Jews there are which believe, and they are all zealous of the law. And they are informed of thee that thou teachest all the Jews which are among the Gentiles to forsake Moses, saying that they ought not to circumcise their children, neither to walk after the customs. What is it, therefore? The multitude must needs come together, for they will hear that thou art come. Do therefore this that we say to thee. We have 4 men which have a vow on them. Them take and purify thyself with them, and be at charges with them, that they may shave their heads, and all may know that those things whereof they were informed concerning thee are nothing, but that thou thyself also walkest orderly, and keepest the law. As touching the Gentiles which believe, we have written and concluded that they observe no such thing, save only that they keep themselves from things offered to idols, and from blood, and from strangled, and from fornication. Then Paul took them in, and the next day, purifying himself with them, entered into the temple to signify the accomplishment of the days of purification, until that an offering should be offered for every one of them. And when the 7 days were almost ended, the Jews which were of Asia, when they saw him in the temple, stirred up all the people, and laid hands on him, crying out, Men of Israel, help! This is the man that teacheth all men everywhere against the people and the law, and this place, and further brought Greeks also into the temple, and hath polluted this holy place. For they had seen before with him in the city Trophimus, an Ephesian, whom they supposed that Paul had brought into the temple. And all the city was moved, and the people ran together, and they took Paul and drew him out of the temple, and forthwith the doors were shut. And as they went about to kill him, tidings came unto the chief captain of the band that all Jerusalem was in an uproar, who immediately took soldiers and centurions and ran down unto them. And when they saw the chief captain and the soldiers, they left beating of Paul. Then the chief captain came near and took him and commanded him to be bound with 2 chains, and demanded who he was and what he had done. And some cried one thing, some another among the multitude, and when he could not know the certainty for the tumult, he commanded him to be carried into the castle. And when he came unto the stairs, so it was that he was borne of the soldiers for the violence of the people. For the multitude of the people followed after, crying, Away with him! And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek? Art not thou that Egyptian, which before these days madest an uproar, and leddest out into the wilderness 4,000 men that were murderers? And Paul said, I am a man which am a Jew of Tarsus, a city in Cilicia, a citizen of no mean city, and I beseech thee, suffer me to speak unto the people. And when he had given him license, Paul stood on the stairs and beckoned with the hand unto the people. And when there were made a great silence, he spake unto them in the Hebrew tongue, saying, Men, brethren, and fathers, hear ye my defense, which I make now unto you. And that is that for the 21st chapter of Acts and the first sentence of the 22nd chapter, because the last verse of the 21st chapter continued into the 22nd chapter, and I didn't want to leave you in mid-sentence, and so I went ahead and finished that sentence. So if we don't get raptured tonight or tomorrow, I'll be back and read you chapter 22 tomorrow night. And I think this old bald-headed redneck Texan is ready to go to bed, y'all. You notice I got on a different shirt than I had on this morning. I decided to cook breakfast today, which I did about lunchtime. But I cooked breakfast food. And I had bought some homemade jelly from a lady here in town, and it's some kind of made from some kind of fruit that we didn't have on the Texas Gulf Coast. Some fruit I never heard of before I moved up here. And I bought one last year, one jar of it last year, and it was good stuff. And so I bought 6 jars from her this year when she was selling it. And I was standing over at the counter. I had my breakfast all done, and I had cooked a couple of pieces of toast, and I was going to put some of that jelly on the toast, and I took the lid off, and it was home canned, so you had to pry the seal off of it. And it was stuck good. And I popped it off, and when I did, the jar went like that, and it was not gelled, it was liquid. And I got that liquid jelly all over the front of that shirt I had on this morning, so it got soaked real fast. I don't know, that shirt this morning was black, so hopefully the stain won't show. It was one of my favorite shirts. I like all my shirts, but that's why I got on a different shirt now. This shirt would have been ruined if it had happened to it. But it was that black shirt I had on this morning, so hopefully it's not ruined. I soaked it immediately, so I hope it'll be all right. That's it now, y'all. I got pain plumb out the roof. I am praying for relief. I am. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank you all for your prayers, and y'all get prayed for a lot. Every day, at least once, and usually 2 or 3 times. Even those of you I don't know yet. Today, I took some of my YouTube videos and put them on TikTok and Instagram. And I always, not always, but occasionally I share some at my Facebook account. And I did that today. I got some good stuff I need to bring back to y'all from our community page. I keep forgetting about that community page. I don't think I'll do it tonight, though. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm real sleepy. I slept pretty much all day, and I slept all night last night. I don't know why I slept today. I woke up this morning. I don't know, it's still dark, but it stays dark 20 hours a day up here. It's not quiet, but it seems like it. Anyway, it was dark when I woke up. and it's probably 8 or 9 o'clock. I don't know what time it was. And it gets dark like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. I forgot what I was telling you. I don't know. But anyway, I posted some of my stuff. 90% of my time gets spent here at YouTube. But I decided to share more at Facebook and more at TikTok and more at Instagram. So I did all that today. But mostly I slept. I don't know what's the matter with me. I'm just sleepy and tired. I did a lot. I did a lot today, but I slept a lot too. I did a lot. Then it hit me. I said, okay, I got to go sleep now. And I slept. Man, I slept. I could have been dead. I slept so good. But now I'm sleepy again. I washed the blankets and I washed Kitty Callie's bed. And then I sterilized the washer after I finished that. She's not dirty. Every time I wash her bedding, I always sterilize it after I finish. So I'm going to have a big water bill this month. Anyway, it's cold. I got to get warm. This little lightweight jacket isn't cutting it. I got to get that thick, heavy, insulated one that's ugly on, and I'm going to sleep in it tonight. Unless I sleep in bed. If I sleep in bed, I won't, because the bed with that 6-inch, 7-inch thick duvet on it, it keeps me toasty warm. But I don't know if I'll sleep in the bed or not. It's so hard for me to get in and out of. It hurts to get in and out of it. It's a comfortable bed, very comfortable bed. It's very painful to get into, and then I'm in so much pain I can't get comfortable for an hour or two. And then I finally fall asleep and sleep good, and then it's very painful to get out of again. So I don't know if I'll sleep in it or not. Probably not. I might. I don't know. I'm just rambling, y'all. I'll let you go. God bless you, friends.